for more news than the appearance of satisfaction and contentment.
They are a wonder together. He is smitten with her beauty.
Really? King George is smitten.
Liar!
A great deal of talking and walking.
Laughter. There is laughter. It warms the heart to witness.
Why are you being an annoying mom? Really now? I mean, all you care about is breeding. Ugh.
Their marital bonds.
Bonds.
The Dowager Princess wishes to confirm that the marriage has been consummated.
Sexually. She asks for the good of the country, of course.
Of course.
Ew. Ugh. You know what's funny? To be honest, in today's society, we do have girls that settle for this kind of men, right? This kind of behaviors and so on, only for money. So this may be a low blow to some women, and they might react negatively. But I mean, we all know it. We know some of them do. There are exceptions, of course, but still, some of them do. And I don't know how they do it. How they can.
He went to White's in Mayfair for the first time. The Gentlemen's Club. Apparently, as a titled member of the Ton, he has a right to entry, but they refuse to allow him in.
Oh, my lady, you know the same thing happened to Lord Smythe-Smith and the Kents.
My husband is determined to make these people accept him.
The Ton are a horrid lot. Even their maids are high in the instep.
You know, when Coral says that the Ton is a horrid lot, that could really apply to every possible situation. Everyone will gossip, or everyone will behave in a certain type of way that one may not like at some point, right? Or everyone may try to belittle you, but you don't have to fall into that. You don't have to take into account the fact that they try to belittle you or diminish you. However, you don't have to take your frustrations and at home when where your wife or your children or your partner may be waiting for you. We may be waiting for a better you than the previous day. So you don't really have to do what this man does to Lady Danbury, simply because of societal problems.
The king has sent you a gift. It is waiting in the foyer. And there is a note, ma'am.
Show me the gift.
Oftentimes we underestimate the power of a well-thought gift, to be honest. So boys, do take notes from King George right now, because the way to anyone's heart, not only a woman's heart, can also be through small gestures that really count and really show that you care.
What is that?
That is the gift from the king, Your Majesty.
But what is it?
I think it is a dog, Your Majesty.
No. Dogs are big and majestic. A pincer, a shepherd, a schnauzer, a dane. That is a deformed bunny.
A deformed bunny. Oh. In all seriousness, Charlotte, you overreacted a little bit with the deformed bunny and well with your reactions, but it's understandable. I mean, with all her anger and her frustration that has built up until this point, it is understandable that she would feel a certain type of way towards this gift. However, we need to do justice to King George's gift, because it is a very good and well thought gift.
How is the tea? Is it to your liking?
The tea is good, Your Majesty. What a beautiful dog, Your Majesty.
'Tis a deformed bunny.
Oh, my mistake, Your Majesty.
You know, the awkwardness in the discussion is kind of relatable, because basically they meet in person for the first time, and when you meet in person someone for the first time, it's bound to be awkward. It's bound to be a little bit excruciating to make the first step, the first move to get to know a person. That goes for any type of relationship, for even when trying to date someone. You have to take the initiative, or someone has to take the first step in order to get the ball rolling, right? So I think this is very relatable, and I think that also says a lot that small talk can also lead to progressively, if the other one is available to communicate, can lead progressively to getting to know each other. For example, in this case, about the honeymoon and about the problems and so on.
Which is going wonderfully, by the way. It is a splendid honeymoon. My husband is the best of husbands. He gave me this beautiful bunny thing.
It's interesting how Queen Charlotte tried to portray that everything is going well, and clearly she got busted from the get go. But the thing is, it is kind of relatable, because I mean, not every honeymoon, not every, let's say, relationship starts as well as it should, and that is fine. That is okay, and that is all right. And I think we can also extract one more conclusion from this. You have to choose your friends carefully, and you have to choose the persons that you trust with sensitive information about your personal life very carefully, because the tone is a horrid lot, as Coral said, and they can do whatever, and they can say whatever behind your back. So be careful.
Do not try that again in front of society. It will cause scandal. My honeymoon was a disaster. On my wedding night, I did not know what to expect. He was old and impatient. The whole event was painful and quite terrifying. It is all right if your wedding night was not perfect or splendid.
Interesting to see how inspiring Lady Danbury is in this scene, because not only is she going to be a friend to Charlotte, but also she is basically saying that it's okay that that your honeymoon did not go as planned, or it's okay if some things in your life do not happen as you expect them to, because that's how they start happening, and you can adjust in time, right? And I think that is a lesson that Charlotte needs to learn, that she has to adjust to the lifestyle that she has now. She has to accept what has happened to her, and she has to make changes and adjust her personality to suit better the needs of the country.
Your Majesty, you did have a wedding night?
He was mean and rude and selfish. He just wanted to leave. He felt bad, I suppose, and he did not seem to understand why I did not want him to live at Kew while I am stuck here with no one to talk to. And then he gives me that piece as if that is to make everything better. But that does not make.
And you know what? She's right, because gifts don't always make do for your mistakes. Gifts don't always make up for every single stupid thing that you may do in life, and that is true. And that is another important lesson that every one of us should learn from Queen Charlotte.
Your Majesty, I am still allowed to speak freely.
Mhm.
I'm talking about consummating the marriage. You and the king did consummate the marriage, did you not? You have to have, Your Majesty, Charlotte, if you did not consummate the marriage, you are not actually married to the king. Your whole position is in danger. Great experiment is in danger. My God, you did consummate.
Facts. I love how Lady Danbury is the voice of reason here, and Charlotte is a voice of emotions, right? And Lady Danbury brings the reality back to uh, Charlotte's perspective in order for her to adjust herself to the reality that she's in and to be able to adapt. Oh my god, is she going to teach her how to have. I hope so. I mean, get around, because it's Lady Danbury giving sex ed for free.
How many times does he insert it?
As many times as necessary, Your Majesty.
How long does it take?
Sometimes it feels like it takes forever.
Will I enjoy it?
I never have. But I do not believe I have ever thought of it as something to enjoy. More of a chore. Perhaps if it is with someone you like, it is different. I do not know.
Well, I do not like George, so I do not see why we should need to bother ourselves to do this at all.
Charlotte, you tell that to someone who actually believes it, you know? I mean, Charlotte is really trying to hide run from her emotions at this point, and it's kind of relatable because everyone does it in these days. But to be honest, you have to face them, you have to face your emotions, you have to accept what you feel, you have to accept that what you feel is valid, is okay, and then try to either move on or find a solution to the problem that's causing you that pain, that suffering, and so on. It's as simple as that. And well, I hope that Lady Danbury still manages to convince her, because it's important to for our Queen Charlotte to realize her responsibilities as a queen at this point, because it's not only about her problems, it's also about her people's problems.
That is not. Your Majesty, this is Britain. It was not that long ago that queens were beheaded for not bearing children.
That is not going to happen.
That is not. Your Majesty, this is important. You are the first of your kind. You must secure your position.
Once again, Lady Danbury is being basically the voice of reason here, because Queen Charlotte at this point does not realize yet the implications of our marriage to the king. Basically, she set a precedent for what was supposed to be an equalized society at this point, and she does not really get that. Okay, I mean, she knows that it should. I mean, racism and anything like that should not happen, but she does not understand that basically she is the main pawn, right, in overcoming racism and other societal problems. I love how Lady Danbury handled that, right? Handled her dispute with Queen Charlotte by basically distracting her and telling her basically that she should appreciate the gift that she was given, that she should appreciate the gesture that King George did, and she's basically adjusting the way of the conversation. And I think this is a very interesting trait to have, and a very good trait to have in today's society, because you can basically manipulate everything in your own advantage. And props to her for being able to do that, right? And not only that, but there is another thing to take away here, and that is that no one should be forced to do anything. When Queen Charlotte says that she cannot, however, force King George to do anything with her, uh, she is right. You don't have to force anyone to be with you. You don't have to force anyone to fight for you or to do anything for you, to be honest, because if you do try to force things, then those things will either not happen, or if they will happen, you will not be able to enjoy them. So that was all for today's reaction. We are going to do another reaction probably in a few days, so stay tuned and subscribe to my channel if you like this reaction. For now, bye bye.